This is the luxury world. Get inspired with us today and tomorrow. The Rolex Daytona Panda has achieved legendary status in the watch community, highly sought after by collectors and enthusiasts. However, with recent models commanding exorbitant prices on the secondary market, it is worth questioning whether the excitement surrounding this timepiece is truly warranted. In this video brought to you by the luxury world, we will explore the Panda's history, its technical features, and the current market craze. We will assess the undeniable prestige of owning a Rolex and the watch's intrinsic qualities to determine whether the Panda lives up to its reputation or is merely benefiting from the brand's powerful allure. If you have not subscribed to our channel, we encourage you to do so to stay informed about our upcoming videos. The Rolex Daytona Panda is a particular variation of the Rolex cosmograph Daytona watch that features a black and white dial color scheme, resembling a panda's face. This variation is highly sought after by collectors and watch enthusiasts due to its iconic design and functionality. Is the new reference Panda better than the old one? We want to share our honest thoughts and provide a comprehensive review of both the new and old Panda models. The iconic Panda Daytona needs no introduction. Now we will begin with the old reference, the 16500LN, which was discontinued last year at Watches and Wonders 2023. This model features a 40mm case, 2 pushers for the chronograph function, a beautiful porcelain white dial, an oyster bracelet, and a double folding safety clasp. It was one of the most sought-after watches in the past 4 to 5 years, with its retail price in the late $12,000 at discontinuation and now in the $13,000. At its peak, this watch reached astronomical prices, with pre-owned 2017 models selling for up to $40,000. One key difference between this and the new reference is the imbalance of the shoulders. The left side has chunky, polished shoulders, while the right side has a thinner profile, giving it the appearance of a smaller watch. It also has a black ceramic bezel with numerals and shorter, chunkier hour markers. The subdial rings are thicker and slightly darker than the new reference. The old model is powered by the 4130 movement with a 72-hour power reserve and comes with the oyster bracelet. The Daytona is renowned as the quintessential sports watch for racing drivers. In the gray market, this watch still commands a high price, typically selling between $24,000 and $26,000 depending on the year, although it once peaked at over $40,000. If you're looking to buy this watch on the gray market, ensure it comes with a white swing tag that has the dial code, confirming its authenticity as an original Panda. The other model featured a black dial, but this one is the truly coveted piece. In our opinion, the dial is stunning. However, whenever you try to wear this watch, it feels more like a 38mm rather than a 40mm due to the thinness of the case, which you can see is very slim and comfortable. It is a nice watch to wear, but it just feels smaller than a 40mm watch. How difficult are these watches to acquire? Unless you have an annual spend of $100,000 to $150,000 with your Rolex authorized dealer, you are unlikely to be offered either of these watches. Now, let us move on to the new reference, the latest release from Rolex, the 12650LN. This Rolex is a highly sought-after timepiece due to its iconic design, functionality, and association with the Rolex brand. This high demand makes it difficult to obtain from authorized dealers and often leads to wait lists. Because of this, prices on the secondary market can be significantly higher than the retail price. It also has a 40mm case, an oyster bracelet, and a double folding safety clasp. Similar to its predecessor, the new model features a 4131 movement, which also has a 72-hour power reserve. There are several aesthetic changes in the new model. The first noticeable difference is the bezel. It now has a stainless steel smooth-edge bezel with a black ceramic insert and numerals, giving it a more classic look. Another notable change is the shoulders. Unlike the predecessor with imbalanced shoulders, the new model has shoulders of equal width, giving it a more balanced appearance. It now looks and wears like a true 40mm watch. The biggest change, however, is the dial. While it still has a gloss finish, it appears more matte and subdued, reminiscent of the lighter, creamier white dials from decades ago. The hour markers are longer and thinner, and the subdials are thinner and lighter compared to the predecessor's chunkier, darker subdials. Although it remains an attractive Panda dial, we feel it has lost some of its identity with these changes. While we appreciate the subdued white dial, we miss the bright porcelain white of the old model. Nonetheless, it is still a beautiful watch. Additionally, these changes are consistent across the Daytona range. Let us not forget that at Watches and Wonders 2023, every Daytona, including this one, was discontinued and replaced with a new case model. The updated case design is an improvement. It has a slightly different shape with a curvature that extends up to which are polished. Additionally, the case back is wider and shallower, making it more comfortable to wear and aesthetically pleasing. The new model features the 4131 movement with the same 72-hour power reserve as its predecessor. In our opinion, the case back is a significant improvement. This update applies to the entire range, including the steel and gold, oyster flex, solid gold, and platinum models. The platinum version has an open case back. Comparing the new and old models side by side, you can see the difference in the shoulders, making them appear like different-sized watches. The new model is more balanced, while the old one is less so, something not widely recognized. The price for the new reference is £29,000, which is an excellent value in the current market. If you are considering buying the old reference, you are likely in the market for a new one too, given the small 10 to 15% price increase. We would choose the new reference because it looks and feels like a true 40mm watch, offering greater comfort. While we had witnessed several of the older models over the years, they always seemed too small. Ideally, we would prefer the new model's case with the old model's dial, but since that is not possible, this choice is the new reference. To sum it up, there are two main models referred to as the Rolex Daytona Panda. First is the current model reference 126500LN. Introduced in 2021, this version features a stainless steel case, a black ceramic bezel with an engraved tachymeter scale, and a classic Panda dial with black subdials on a white background. It is powered by the Rolex Caliber 4131 movement, which offers a 72-hour power reserve. Next is the discontinued model, the reference 116500LN, which got discontinued in 2021 to make way for the 126500LN. Both models are Rolex chronographs, equipped with a stopwatch function. They are celebrated for their precision, durability, and timeless design. Due to high demand, they are difficult to obtain from authorized dealers and often fetch significantly higher prices on the secondary market. The Rolex Daytona Panda captivates watch enthusiasts for several reasons. Its black and white dial layout is a timeless classic, instantly recognizable and synonymous with luxury. Beyond its aesthetics, the Daytona is a genuine tool watch, offering chronograph functionality for those who value practical features in a timepiece. The Rolex brand itself adds another layer of prestige, signifying an appreciation for quality and craftsmanship and membership in an exclusive club. For some, the Daytona Panda even holds investment potential, with its value typically remaining strong or increasing over time. Additionally, the difficulty of obtaining one from an authorized dealer due to high demand enhances its mystique for collectors who seek rare and coveted timepieces. However, the high price tag and potential wait lists are notable drawbacks. Before succumbing to the Daytona Panda's allure, it is wise to consider your budget and explore alternative chronographs that might offer similar functionality at a less extravagant price. What are your impressions on the topic we shared in this video? We would like to see your answers and opinions in the comments section. Remember to follow us too and give us a thumbs up. Once again, this is the Luxury World, and we look forward to seeing you again in our future videos.